What's going on, YouTube? This is Chaos-Reighn here. Sorry, I just had to take a quick drink, and you had to hear me slurp a little bit, my bad. But, yep, this is Chaos-Reighn here, and I am here to bring you the next of my farming methods, and, or basically to show you, like, the science behind some stuff, and to kind of give you a, look into what's going on. So for this video, I'm going to go on my MF ice shot. Let's see, that I believe is this one. Just so you guys can see the viability of running MF on iShot with a relatively low, if not cheap, budget. And I will show you exactly what I'm doing and what gems I'm using, what links I'm using, everything like that, and how anything has changed. So, first things first, we're going to go back into my hideout, and we're going to show you basically the gear and everything. It's something you've probably already seen, but I need to show you this and how it performs, and that way you guys can see for yourself if you want to do this method. So first things first, this is our gear, okay? I know what you're saying. We have a headhunter. Yes, we do have a headhunter. Yes, it is, expensive as hell, and if you're looking at early league, you're not going to want this. But let's just go ahead and take that off, okay? So as you see, we have a need for a little bit of strength here, 96 strength, which is in power. We just take that out too, and that's good. We'll go ahead and take off Bottled Faith. We'll go ahead and take off a Dying Sun, and then we are going to go into our stash. And well, I just went into my map that I just did from last time, but yeah, we're going to go into our stash, and we're going to kind of show you just a little something on, what you can do to make this work the way you want it to work. After I load, a GGG, I'm begging you, if you can please fix your loading screens for console, that would be amazing. Thank you. But anyway, that being said, I am going to show you exactly, how viable an MF ice shot is on a budget, and even show you, what it's like, along with multitasking and showing you, excuse me, a little bit about what might be a pretty decent, if not really good, farming method this late. So we're going to ignore that pile of lower currency and whatnot. And this is what we deal with. It takes you forever to load your hideout. It takes you forever to load a map. That's interesting. Why? I mean, I really don't care about it. You know what, dude? All you. Happy birthday. Well, me selling something aside. Let's go ahead and, hold on. Pretty sure this is it. This is not it. Okay. All the way to the end. We're going to deposit our headhunter. Oh, we can't yet. Hold on. String of servitude in here. We can use this one for now. And I believe we have a very good string of servitude, but I can't find it. I'm sorry. We have a strength inbout. That's cool. I had a string of servitude that I was going to use. Where is it? Oh, wait. Is that it down here? It's rarity. We'll use that. We're MF, why not? We're not going to take the quantity this time. We're just going to use rarity. But if we want to, we can use this, and this would allow us to use the empower. So we're going to go ahead and use this, and we're just going to put these aside. And now we have to go and get a map. If you saw my last video, you will have seen I was running Valdos. And you'll see that video yourself. Actually, it doesn't really matter what I get. Let's just get a random map. Take it out. Excuse me, geez. Alright, and we're going to take chisels, alks, horizon orbs, scours, and let's go ahead and vendor the map to update the map. Bam. Alright, cool. Now we have it right here. Oh well, we're going to get it into be a Valdo's Rest, and this next farm is going to be relatively simple. There we go, Valdo's Rest. We are going to chisel it up. We are going to alk it, and we are going to try and roll Beyond or Nemesis. It doesn't really matter which one. And we're doing this for a couple of reasons. First and foremost, we're trying to run basically a basic, simple, Nemesis 3 juiced map. This isn't going to be as hyper juiced as my last video, but it is still going to be relatively juiced, and I'm going to show you what it's like to run it. There we go. We got Nemesis. Now we can go ahead and deposit the rest of our currency. Did we chisel it? Yes, we did. So we're going to put scarabs on, and so you can kind of see of like the lowish budget, we're going to use the basic of basics of basics on all of it, using a rested legion, a rested this, rested that, and a rested elder. So we have elder enemies spawning. Now I will say I'm pretty sure I have inspireds on this build, if I'm not mistaken. Here's inspired here, and here's inspired here. So that that is going to be relatively expensive. Our Watcher's Eye is relatively cheap, being a just base crit with no other good mods. We are taking a 7 passive medium, which is all it's giving us is crit clusters. Early league, these are expensive, but these are all random miscellaneous ones. Our Corrupted Blood Jewel just happens to have crit multi, everything else is just whatever. And then we do have split personalities to fill out our stats. Early league, these are relatively hard to get, but later in the league, these are very cheap, roughly 1 or 2 exalts each and or less, depending on which ones you get. Dex Life is probably the most expensive. Don't get this one. I would get like Dex Int, Dex Strength, so on and so forth. Our Dex is only 527, so we're not even getting full benefit of this. As you see, our reses are pretty shabby, with 117, 71, 69. We have a fairly decent amount of Magic Find, and using, Sedima's Gold Worms, we have Awaken X Touch, Frostbite, Ensnaring Arrow. Basically, our Ensnaring Arrow is the only way we are applying our Frostbite. We have taken out Elemental Weakness because Awaken X Touch has been removed from the extra curse granting thing. We still have Whispers of Doom here, and in our helmet we have an Asenath's Chant with Sniper's Mark, Hydrosphere, and Blood Rage. Now, this isn't the ideal setup. This is just the setup for MF. For our, I believe this is our clear, right? Yes, this is our clear. We have Inspiration, Ice Shot, Elemental Damage with attacks, Cold Damage, Cold Pin, Chain. For our Ice Shot, we have Ice Shot, Cold Damage, Ice Shot, Cold Pin, Added Cold, Elemental Damage with attacks, Inspiration, Barrage Support. And we have 2 Taming Rings, a Replica Hero's Truth, which should only cost you about an X. If you don't want the extra curse, you can basically not run this in here and instead run like other spells in your Asenath's Chant. Asenath's Chant, because of LE Hit being nerfed and Burning Arrow being nerfed, is relatively cheap in League. I think it's 2 or 3 exalts. And this is pretty much dirt. This is not going to cost you anything. The biggest and most expensive things is going to be a 6-link Hero's Ire, 2 Tamings, and a 6-link Rin Ripper, along with Awakened Gems. Now, I have done this on non-Awakened Gems. I have videos in the past, but I don't know if this can perform on non-Awakened Gems anymore. Just because the overall gem nerf of everything. So let's go ahead and stick this map in real quick. And just so you can kind of see, we're going to throw Alva on, and we already have Nemesis, so what we want, we're going to get Rampage 2. We could put this... We can just add more Nemesis. We can't add these 2 right now, unfortunately, so we're just... Unfortunately, we just have to put whatever we have. We're just going to put another Nemesis on there, just because we can, right? So let's go ahead and do that, make sure there's nothing crazy, Then we go into our Atlas to show you exactly our Watchstones. Oh, I can't show you our Watchstones, but oh, there you go. So right here we have Nemesis 3 currency, Mirrors Delirium, and Nemesis, bosses are accompanied by Harbinger, extra Harbinger, so on and so forth. We actually have 2 rolled there, but it's whatever. It's just rolled that way, and I don't really care. I don't want to roll over it, so. Let's go ahead and show you exactly what you're looking at. Obviously, I'm running without 2 flasks, so you guys can kind of see, just what it's like. And these are legacy now, so you know, running him without these is going to be a little more balanced. I could use the new orbs to kind of show you exactly what I'm doing, but it is what it is. If you saw my video was entailing that using Nemesis 3 on Harbinger super juiced up with everything is no longer, you'll have to go and see the video. I don't want to, you know, just kind of tell you this and then without pointing you to the video, so sorry, please review my other video. But it is still decent, but you'll have to make your own decision whether or not you want to run it, okay? So let's go ahead and just do what we can here.
They will find you, and they will destroy you.
So let's see. It looks like we are having no issues here. We are killing the enemies relatively easy. This is a Legacy Diamond Flask, but you know, it's whatever. I don't actually. There is no Legacy Diamond Flask. I think they just retroactively changed Diamond Flask to have crit chance instead of created as lucky. So if that's the case, then yeah, there is no Legacy. No, I'll check right now when I can. Ah, enemies! Enemies, go away! And as you see, we're not really having too much issues. Things are still dying. I don't care. Can I talk to Alva, please? Thank you. Sure, we'll get a corruption chamber. Or try to, at least. Now, as you see, we are slow. Like, this is something that can't be helped. Unfortunately, when you're running MF, you don't have a lot of choices but to be slow. And as you saw there, I just really quickly ensnaring arrowed the enemies so I could apply my curse, and we died. So, unfortunately, hands will kill you. They basically lower your action speed by like an insane amount. Stupid. But it is what it is. As you see, we aren't really having any issues clearing a tier 13 or 14 map. I haven't hit the harbingers yet, so I can't really say it's, you know, amazing just yet, but we'll get there. It'll happen. If you can't tell, we are reserving, or we have enough mana left over so that Asenath's Chant isn't basically breaking our build. If you guys remember the changes with Ice Shot and Asenath's Chant, I was using it on pretty much every build, and you can really easily mitigate the Asenath's Chant just by kind of what do you call it? You can mitigate the Asenath's Chant just by, you know, having more mana, because your mana leech overall with your damage being so high naturally with Ice Shot is usually relatively good. So just for the sake of it, because I missed my arrows, I'm just gonna put these on real quick and kind of show you, you know, what it looks like with everything on. I know I said I wasn't, but it's yeah, this is kind of hard to do without the extra 2 arrows. The clear is pretty bad. I don't even see what hit me. All right, as you see there, our Hydrosphere seems to be pulsing very hugely. I didn't know that was a thing. That's right, we're not using the Rage Belt, I'm using the Rarity Belt. Unfortunately, we are on console, and we have to deal with console load times. Alright, for the sake of it, we're going to end the Delirium Mirror, if it's not already ended, and we're doing that because, unfortunately, this build, even though it's pretty decent, when I can't see what's going on due to the graphical errors, it's kind of hard to deal with, so just for the sake of the video, we will end the Delirium Mirror and just run it a normal map, just so you guys can see a normal MF Ice Shot in action on Harbinger map. Now, remember, we have the, this is the way our map is rolled. We have 4 basic rested scarabs. we are running Nemesis on our initial map, and we have Nemesis rolled with our, Atlas. So we do have a decent amount. We are running almost full MF gear, so our damage is relatively gimped. We are not doing insane damage like we are normally used to, so you have to be kind of wary of that. We aren't using the Headhunter on this version. Even though I normally use it, I'm not using it at this second to show you guys, you can run this with String of Servitude even. You can run this pretty much however you want it, and it's still viable. I do have Awaken Gems, but I can show you guys a viable startup setup. If that interests you, if you guys want to see a setup where I'm running the MF Ice Shot using, non-Awakened Gems, just ask. I will be glad to make that video for you and show you exactly what you need to do, exactly how you would progress it, anything like that. If you have any questions, I understand that a lot of builds were nerfed and people are skeptical that you can still do stuff like this. You still can. So just if you want to know how, just ask. I've already managed to figure it out. This is my favorite build after all, so even if they nerf my gems, the overall build, I already know how it works. Even if they nerfed the Asenath's chant, I still figured it out. It is what it is. We aren't applying a hex anymore via Herald of Ice, and that's because the new hex touch actually gives you mana multiplier on your heralds now, and that is extremely bad for us. So as you see, we only have Inspired Learnings and a Rarity Belt, and we're still managing to kill these guys relatively easy. Except there. I died to a fireball. Yeah, unfortunately, fireballs are your bane no matter what build you're playing. But, wasn't expecting to die 3 times in this map, but I also don't have a Headhunter on, so, just to kind of show you guys what you're looking at. Let's see. 800. No. But as you see, we are running the Nemesis 3 currency. We have a few Rusted Scarabs on. Well, if we were to price out the investment cost of this specific map, the Rusted Scarabs would be a total of maybe 25 chaos. The Sextants used to roll the Nemesis 3 currency, plus the Harbinger, plus the Delirium, we'll say was, I think it if I remember right, it was 120. At the 50 to 1x rate as last league, we'll say that is 2 Exalts, and we'll just round it down. 2 Exalts and 20C. Overall investment so far, if you look at my old video, or my last video should I say, I actually show you the what I made that map and what I invested. Please feel free to check that out, and if you like my content and you like what I'm doing, leave a like, comment, subscribe, so on and so forth. I do appreciate any kind of support, and I also appreciate any kind of feedback, so if you have any kind of interesting feedback you want to share with me, I am more than willing to accept it and listen. As you see here, we are having issues. I am gonna die if I'm not careful. Ooh, ooh, scary. I will say that MF Ice Shot doing this isn't necessarily going to be the be-all end-all setup. You're not gonna make a huge difference using MF Ice Shot on this thing. I'm getting lowballed, hooray. Ah, I got a ding. What was it? A Blight Scarab. Okay. Contract, that's cool, I guess.
My mana is gone.
Alright. Let's go ahead and start picking stuff up. And just drop stuff I don't need after. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty close to being done with this map, so let me go ahead and drop this junk. Drop this, drop this, drop this, drop this, drop this. Put that on. Alright. So I will say that I have farming methods in mind, and one of them is still going to be eventually I will do harbingers, but there is a little bit this traps poison garden. No, let's just do it anyway. But there's something a little bit different about what I'm going to be doing, and a little bit of the same. I will say that I'm going to be running the Harbinger farm using the Auspicious eventually. I did test it out the other day, and I believe I had said that the other day I ran a bunch of maps and Auspicious was pretty bad. It did not feel good at all. And I was just absolutely appalled by how, bad it was, considering they also nerfed the overall rares that you get from Harbingers. Especially since the King Harbingers, that's what the whole thing was. Like, you got a whole bunch of rares, and you were able to, Nemesis 3 and get a bunch of currency. And, it sucks, but I know why they did it. Everyone knows why they did it. It was a lot of currency farm, and they didn't want it to happen all the time. This is bad. I probably shouldn't be here. Alright. Just make sure I don't die here. Are we good? We're good. Alright. So, aside from the initial investment of the sextants, we'll just, we'll just say the sextants are null and void. Who cares? We'll say we magically got out of this, okay? So, this is what we're looking at on a average run. This is MF Ice Shot. We have a decent amount of quant here. We don't have quant in our armor or anything like that, but we have quant here. We have rarity here. And we actually have a quant string of servitude that we were using at one point, but as of now, I think we're only using 20 quant here, 9 quant here. I do have a 10, I just gotta find it. And I think, what is this, 15 quant right there? And that's pretty much it. Now, I'm just gonna go ahead and pop on my headhunter since the map's essentially done. That way I can get the rest of it done really easy. It doesn't really matter if I'm doing a boss on a headhunter or the string of servitude. Headhunter's only gonna give us a little bit of life.
My mana is gone.
Maybe not. Maybe I'm gonna go in with like 10 buffs. We'll find out. See how long it takes for him to drop down. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and spawn Mr. Boss. And this is basically my farming when I normally do it. And he's dead. Alright, cool. So for map bosses, our farming is still relatively there. I don't think our farming is going to be there for Cyrus. If you saw my old video, I was doing MFI shot versus Cyrus and still killing him. That's not a thing anymore. You cannot do that. I'm sorry. It's done. My damage is, as you saw, pretty good, but it's nowhere near as good as it used to be. It used to be so much better, and this just comes par for the course if you're running a, well, any build this league, because all the builds are nerfed, right? So, we did get another ritual altar somewhere. We got another ritual altar somewhere, and we got a ritual, we gotta go find it and do that real quick. So let's go ahead and just dash around. There it is. We might die because this is the chaos one. The chaos one's cancer to deal with. Oh no, that hurts. Alright, cool. You're dead. I'm gonna die. I'm not gonna die. Don't kill me. I'm too young to die. Alright, yep. We're good. We're still good. We're maybe good. We have to kill this guy. Alright. Now, what do we have? Synthesized accuracy rating staff. Woo! On crown thing. 2 silver coins. We have... Reroll. Stormbind Rune Blast. Yes, we are deferring that. That's cool. If this is another thing, they stopped giving you 2123s. If you guys didn't already know, this is, in my opinion, a horrible, horrible nerf to a lot of my farming, and that's why I kind of did a lot of league mechanics. But it's kind of okay. I don't really care too much. I stocked up in standard with all the ones I cared about. So, yep. But this is our results. For 4 scarabs that, let's say, were 30 chaos, we got 2 scarabs back, which was actually pretty rare. We got a couple of the orbs. We got 7 chaos here, sextant here. You know, we paid a little bit back. Did we pay the sextant usages back yet? Probably not. Will I say MFI shot is viable in red tier maps, juicing it up? Yeah, it's right here. And I actually even did it mostly with my string of servitude using rarity. As far as the legacy version, this is the legacy version. The new version has a % increase. So is this legacy, I believe, but the new one is only 1 use instead of 2 uses. And this is the same. This has just been retroactively nerfed. So, yeah. Yeah, without further ado, this has been Chaos-Reighn. This has been my MF shot in action. I hope you guys do decide to farm, you know, your own methods, your own way. If you do enjoy my content and like it, feel free to like, subscribe, and comment, and leave that little bell, click the little bell on the side. I do appreciate the support and the interest I have had in my channel so far, and I will continue to check up and do as much as I can throughout this league. I know I'm doing a couple of things in standard to kind of show you guys a little bit of things, but I promise you, just like last league, I will get into league. I'm already started. I've already done a lot of league video to show you where I'm at. As you saw, we're not just like standing around doing nothing. So I'm gonna go ahead and deposit these. All right. Can't deposit that one. Ooh. Okay. Well, without further ado, this has been Chaos-Reighn. I do appreciate you guys tuning in. Thank you very much, and hopefully hopefully you enjoy my content, and hopefully you continue to support me. Yeah, take it easy, everybody.